Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Well, I just read chapter 12, and this happens with Chaitanya Bhagavata. You can't just read one. It's like you read one chapter and then, oh, I have to read some more Chaitanya Bhagavata. Vrndavana Thakur. So we're gonna read chapter 13 too tonight. And this is the description of the deliverance of Jagai and Madai. Oh, Krishna. And with Prabhupada's permission, we'll read chapter 13. I offer my respectful obeisances to the two fathers of the Sankirtan movement, whose long arms reach to their knees, who are splendid like gold, whose large eyes are lotus flowers, who are the maintainers of the worlds, the best of the Brahmins, and the protectors of the Yuga Dharma, the religion of the age, who bring happiness to the people of the world, and who have come to this place because they're very merciful. Glory, glory to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, glory to Lord Nityananda, whose transcendental form should be served by all. In this way, Lord Chaitanya enjoyed pastimes in Navadvip. Still, it was not every eye that saw them. Ordinary people saw he was the same Nimai Pandit as before. They did not see that something extraordinary had happened to him. In the company of the devotees, Lord Chaitanya floated in the bliss of his pastimes. To those who were fortunate, he revealed the truth about himself. From those absorbed in the external material world, he hid. One day, unexpectedly, Lord Chaitanya gave an order to Lord Nityananda and Haridas. He said, Listen, O Nityananda, listen, O Haridas. In every respect, please follow the order I will now give to you. Go to every home with this request. Please chant Krishna's name, worship Krishna, and teach others about Krishna. Don't tell them anything else. Make them chant. At the end of the day, come back and tell me what has happened. Beg them to chant. If anyone will not chant, then, with the chakra in my hand, I will cut him apart. Hearing this, the circle of Vaishnavas smiled. Who has the power to disobey Lord Chaitanya's order? Lord Nityananda carried this order on his head. Persons who have no faith in this order have no intelligence. Lord Advaita happily destroys anyone who serves Lord Advaita but has no faith in Lord Chaitanya. Placing Lord Chaitanya's order on their heads, Nityananda and Haridas, smiling at once, walked out into the streets. Following the Lord's order, they went from house to house and requested, Please chant Krishna's name, worship Krishna, and teach others about Krishna. Krishna is your very life. Krishna is your true wealth. Krishna sustains your life. Therefore, please chant Krishna. In this way, following the order of the Master of the Universes, they went from house to house in Nadia. Dressed as sannyasis, they went from house to house with this request, as the alms they asked. Nityananda and Haridas said, Please give us this in charity. Please chant Krishna's name, worship Krishna, and teach others about Krishna. After speaking these words, they would leave. Pious persons became happy. After hearing these wonderful words from the mouths of two devotees, different people spoke different replies and felt happy in different ways. Some people said, I will do it, I will do it. Others said, you too are misled by bad advice. Bad association has turned you into madmen. Why do you want to make us all into madmen too? All the good people have now become madmen. Nimai Pandit has ruined everyone. The persons who could not see Lord Chaitanya's dancing chased them away, saying, kill them, kill them. Someone else said, they're both thieves. They're going from house to house as a trick. Why would religious people act like that? If they come again, I will take them to the king's court. Hearing words like this again and again, Nityananda and Haridas laughed. Because of the power of Lord Chaitanya's order, they did not become afraid. Every day they went from house to house, returning to Lord Chaitanya and told him everything. One day they saw on the street two very drunken thieves. The drunkards talked without stopping. There wasn't a sin they hadn't committed. Though born in a Brahmin families, they drank wine and ate cow's flesh. They were always stealing and setting other people's homes on fire. The police ordered them to go to the king's court, but they did not go. They will not let the time pass without drinking wine and eating flesh. They both fell down and began to roll about on the ground. Soon they were punching each other. From a distance, Nityananda, Haridas, and many others watched the drunkards' antics. One moment the two drunkards were affectionate to each other. The next moment they're pulling each other's hair. They loudly spoke obscene words, like the C word and the B word. They destroyed the reputation of Brahmins of Nadia. Wine destroys all good fortune. All sins had taken birth in the bodies of these two. The only sin they did not commit was the sin of blaspheming a Vaishnava. Day and night they associated with drunkards. Still, they never blasphemed the Vaishnavas. Even elevated and respectable people lose all their piety if they blaspheme Vaishnavas. If sannyasis blaspheme Vaishnavas, the sannyasi becomes lower than drunkards. Even drunkards will eventually attain salvation, but persons who blaspheme Vaishnavas will never have a good future. If he blasphemes the Vaishnavas, even a person who studies the scriptures will find his intelligence is destroyed. A person who blasphemes Lord Nityananda will be destroyed completely. Rolling on the ground, the two drunkards fought, punching each other. Staying far away, Nityananda and Haridas watched. Lord Nityananda asked some of the people there, what caste are these men? Why do they act like that? The people replied, Lord, these two men are Brahmins. Their glorious mother and father were born in very exalted families. For generation after generation, there was not even a half sesame seed worth of fault in their family staying in Nadia. These two men have forgotten righteousness. From their birth, they've always sinned in this way. Seeing how badly these two men acted, their family disowned them. Staying with other drunkards, these two men wander where they like. When they see them, the people fear that someday these two men will set fire on their homes on fire. There's no sin these two people have not committed. They're thieves, drunkards, and meat-eaters. Hearing these words, Lord Nityananda became very merciful at heart. He decided to deliver them. He thought, Lord Chaitanya descended to this world to save the sinners. Who's more sinful than these two? Lord Chaitanya conceals his true glory and opulence. Unaware of his true glory, the people mock him. If Lord Chaitanya is merciful to these two, the whole world will see his glory. If I can bring these two to their senses, then I, Nityananda, will be a true servant of Lord Chaitanya. These two men are so drunk they don't even know who they are. If they could become wrapped in chanting Krishna's holy name, if they could call out, "Oh my Lord," and weep, then my travels in this world will be successful. When touched by the shadow of these two men, the people run to bathe in the Ganga with all their clothes. If, when they see these two men, the people think they have become purified as if they had just bathed in the Ganga, then I'll feel happy when I write my name. Lord Yananda's glory is an ocean that has no shore. He descended to this world to deliver the fallen people. Thinking for a moment, Lord Yananda said to Haridas, Haridas, look at how those two are misled. Though born in a Brahmin family, they act very badly. They will not escape Yama's abode. When the Muslims had almost killed you, you were still kind to them in your heart. If in your heart you are kind to these two persons, then the Lord will certainly deliver them. The Lord will not go against your wishes. He'll do what you wish. That's the truth. If Lord Chaitanya delivers these two people, then the whole world will see his great glory and power. As the Puranas sing about the deliverance of Ajamil, so the three worlds should directly see how Lord Chaitanya delivers these two sinners. Haridas knew very well the truth about Lord Nityananda. In his heart, Haridas knew these two persons were already saved. Haridas said to the Lord, Please listen, O Lord. Whatever you desire, Lord Chaitanya will do without fail. As one tricks an animal, so you're tricking me. Again and again you must teach me. Smiling, Lord Nityananda embraced him. Then he gently said, Following the Lord's order, we walk here and there. Let us speak to these two drunkards. By the Lord's order, we tell everyone to worship Krishna. Especially we tell the great sinners. To speak to those two is our duty. Whether chant the Hare Krishna or not, it is the power of the Lord. To repeat to them Lord Chaitanya's order, Nityananda and Haridas approached the two sinners. The respectable people there said, Don't go near them. Save your lives. Because of these two, we're always afraid for our lives. How can we bear that you approach them? How can these two know the glory of a sannyasi? The times they have murdered Brahmins and killed cows have no end. In spite of this warning, chanting Krishna, Krishna, Nityananda and Haridas happily approached the two sinners. Coming close so the sinners could hear, they loudly repeated the Lord's order. Say Krishna, worship Krishna, chant Krishna's name. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, Krishna is your wealth and your life. Lord Krishna has now descended to this world to save all of you. Please give up your sins, worship Lord Krishna. Hearing these shouted words, the two sinners lifted their heads and looked. Their eyes were red with great anger. Lifting their heads and seeing the two sannyasis, the two sinners called out, Catch them, and ran to catch them. Nityananda and Haridas fled. Running after them, the two thieves called out, Stop, stop! Shouting insults, the two drunkards ran in pursuit. Frightened, the two devotees fled. The people said, We warned them. Now the two sannyasis are in danger. Within their hearts, the materialists and offenders laughed. They said, It is right, Lord Nityananda, punish these hypocrites. Krishna, protect them, the saintly Brahmins said, and everyone fled in fear. The two thieves pursued, and the two saintly devotees fled. I will catch you, the thieves called out. The thieves did not catch them. Lord Nityananda said, If we live through this, we will be good Vaishnavas indeed. Haridas said, My lord, why do you talk? Because of your ideas, we're running to our death. Because you thought it would be good to teach these drunkards about Lord Krishna, our lives are about to end. As they spoke in this way, Lord Nityananda laughed and laughed as he ran. Chasing him, the two thieves shouted insults. The two drunkards, both big and fat, they could not run very fast. Still, they ran as fast as they could. The two thieves said, Brothers, why are you running? Why do you flee from Jaga and Madhya today? You don't understand the true nature of Jaga and Madhya. You misjudged us. Hearing these words, the two devotees continued to run in fear. Krishna, save us! Krishna, save us! Govinda, they called out. Haridas said, Aware that I am with such a troublemaker, I don't have any power to continue running. Lord Krishna protected me from the Muslims because of a certain troublemaker's ideas. Now I will lose my life. Lord Nityananda said, I'm not a troublemaker. Look inside your heart. Your master, he's the troublemaker. Even though he's a Brahmin, your master gives us orders as if he was a king. It's because of his order we're going out from house to house saying these things. I never heard anyone else give the orders he gives. No one else says, go to the thieves and sinners. If we don't follow his order, then everything is lost. If we do follow his order, everything is still lost. You don't think your master is at fault? We should both say, I am at fault. Seeing the two exhausted thieves running after him, the joking devotees playfully argued in this way. In this way they ran to Srivas Thakur's house. Bewildered with wine, the two thieves stumbled again and again as they frantically gave pursuit. Unable any longer to see the two devotees, the drunkards stopped. At the end they fell, pushed and fought, making a great commotion. Where were they now? Bewildered with wine, they did not know. Turning around for a moment, the two devotees looked to see if the two thieves were still chasing them. Devotees could not see them. Stopping, the two devotees embraced, and laughing they went to Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya was sitting down. His eyes were like lotus flowers. His every limb was handsome. He was more enchanting than Kamadev. A circle of Vaishnavas was in 4 directions. Everyone was conversing about Lord Krishna. Like the master of Svetadweep in the company of Shanaka and the sages, Lord Chaitanya in the company of his devotees was explaining the truth about himself. At that time, Nityananda and Haridas came before the Lord to report the day's activities. They said, today we saw 2 odd people. We were told they used to be Brahmins, but now they're drunkards. To do good to them, we said, please chant Lord Krishna's name. They become unhappy and chased us. Fortunately, we're still alive. Lord Chaitanya said, who are these 2? What are their names? If they're Brahmins, why do they act like that? Gangadas and Srivas were both there. They described the sins of these 2 persons. They said, Lord, these 2 persons are named Jaga and Madhe. They are both sons of a Brahmin. They were born in this town, and by bad association they became like this. From their birth they did not know anything but wine. Everyone in Nadia is afraid of them, and there's no one like them. No one else robs the homes of others. I don't have the power to describe all their sins. You see everything. You know, my Lord. Lord Chaitanya said, I know. If these 2 sinners come before me, I will cut them into pieces. Lord Nityananda said, if you break these 2 sinners into pieces, I will not stay here. Why are you angry with them? Let me make them chant Govinda. Naturally, pious people will easily chant Lord Krishna's name, but these 2 know nothing but sins. If we deliver them, give them devotional service, then we will be known as Patita Pavana, deliverer of the fallen. By delivering me, you became glorious. If you deliver these 2 sinners, your glory will become much greater. Smiling, Lord Chaitanya said, the moment they saw you, they were at once delivered. If you are worried for their welfare, then Lord Krishna will soon give them auspiciousness. Hearing these words from the Lord's mouth, the devotees made a great sound. Jai, Jai. In their hearts everyone thought, they're already saved. Then Haridas said to Advaita, the Lord has sent me out with a very restless person. He says to me, I will go in this direction. In what direction will you go? He swims in the crocodile-infested monsoon-swollen Ganga to catch the crocodiles. I stand on the banks calling to him, Aye, aye! He happily floats down the Ganga. If he sees a boy by the river bank, he becomes angry and chases the boy to beat him. When the boy's mother and father come with sticks in their hands, I have to grasp their feet and beg them to go. Stealing butter and yogurt from a milkman, he flees. Seeing me, they grab me to give me a beating. What he does has no logic. Seeing a young girl, he says to her, Will you marry me? Climbing an ox, he shouts, Mahesha. He milks another's cow and drinks the milk. If I try to correct him, he says, What will your Advaita do to me? The master you call Chaitanya, what will he do to me? I did not tell any of this to the Lord. Today my life was saved only by the Lord's grace. Nityananda goes to 2 drunkards lying in the road. and tries to teach them about Krishna. Then the drunkards chased us to kill us. It's only by your mercy that our lives are saved." Smiling, Lord Advaita said, "This is not surprising. It is right that one drunkard should associate with other drunkards. It is right that all three drunkards should stay together. But you're a Naistika brahmachari. Why should you stay with such people?" Note, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati explains that Lord Advaita says here, Lord Nityananda is a drunkard, always intoxicated by drinking the liquor of pure love for Lord Krishna. Therefore, since he is a drunkard, it's right that he associate with Jaga and Madhya, who are also drunkards. All three drunkards, Nityananda, Jaga, and Madhya, should stay together. But Haridas, a Naistiki brahmachari, should not associate with drunkards. Nityananda will change these drunkards. I know him well. You'll see. In 2 or 3 days he will make those drunkards join our community of Vaishnavas. Then Lord Advaita became angry. Becoming clothed only in the 4 directions, he said, "I will hear about Lord Chaitanya's devotion to Lord Krishna. I will see his transcendental potency. I will see how he makes those drunkards sing and dance. Tomorrow you will see Chaitanya and Nityananda bring those 2 drunkards here and make them dance. They will make those 2 drunkards join our community of Vaishnavas. Then you and I will flee to save our castes." Seeing Lord Advaita's anger, Haridas smiled. In his heart, he now knew that the 2 drunkards would be saved. Who has the power to understand Lord Advaita's words? Because he thought in the same way, Haridas understood Lord Advaita. The sinners who think themselves associates of Lord Advaita, but who criticize Gadadhar Pandit, will perish and burn. A sinner who takes the side of one Vaishnava and criticizes another Vaishnava runs to his destruction. Meanwhile, the 2 drunkards wandered from place to place. Eventually, they came to the place where Lord Chaitanya bathed in the Ganga. By divine arrangement, they came there. They went everywhere and attacked the people. Everyone, whether famous, important, rich, or poverty-stricken, became frightened at heart. At night, no one went to bathe in the Ganga. If they went there in groups of 10 or 20. At night, the 2 drunkards stayed near Lord Chaitanya's home. Hearing the Lord sing, they stayed awake all night. In the Lord's kirtan, mridangos and kartals were sounded. Hearing the music, the 2 drunkard men happily danced. Even from far away, they could hear the kirtan. Listening to the kirtan, they danced, and then they drank more wine. Listening to the kirtan, sometimes they sang, sometimes they sat down, sometimes they stood up and danced. Overcome by drinking wine, they did not know where or who they were. Seeing Lord Chaitanya, they said to him, "Nimai Pandit, you sing all the beautiful songs to Goddess Durga. You sing very well. We will visit you and bring gifts." Seeing these roads, Lord Chaitanya would go far away. Others would take a different path to avoid them. One evening, as he was wandering in the city, Lord Nityananda was stopped by the 2 drunkards. Who, Jaga and Madhya called out. Nityananda replied, "I'm going to the Lord's house." Bewildered with wine, they said, "What is your name?" Nityananda replied, "My name is Avaduta." Wild Lord Nityananda, who was always in the mood of a small boy, playfully conversed with the 2 drunkards. In his heart, Lord Nityananda thought, "I'll deliver these 2. That is why he had come out by that path at night. Hearing the word Avaduta, Madhya picked up an earthen pot and angrily hit Lord Nityananda on the head. When he was hit by the pot, blood flowed from his head. Lord Nityananda meditated on Lord Krishna. Seeing the blood on the Lord's head, Jagai felt compassionate. When Madhya raised his hand to strike again, Jagai said, "Why do you act like that? You're very cruel, merciless. Why do you hit this foreigner? Stop. Don't hit the Avaduta. How will any good come to you if you hit a sannyasi?" The people frantically ran to Lord Chaitanya and told him what had happened. Accompanied by many devotees, Lord Chaitanya went there at once. Blood had flowed all over Lord Nityananda's body. Lord Nityananda was smiling at the two drunkards. Seeing the blood, Lord Chaitanya became angry. Now, he was not aware of the external world. Chakra, 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 he called out again and again. Sudarshan Chakra came at once. Jagai and Madhai saw it with their own eyes. The devotees thought a great calamity was about to fall, and Lord Nityananda quickly approached and begged, Lord, Madhai wanted to hit me, but Jagai stopped him. Because of my past karma, some blood has fallen. I am not unhappy. Lord, please give to me the bodies of these two. I'm not at all unhappy. Please be merciful. Hearing the words, Jagai stopped him. Joyful, Lord Chaitanya embraced Jagai. Hearing the words, Jagai stopped him. Joyfully, Lord Chaitanya embraced Jagai. He said to Jagai, Lord Krishna, be merciful to you. By protecting Nityananda, you have purchased me. You may ask any desire you see in your heart. From today on, you will have pure love and devotion for Lord Krishna. Hearing this boon given to Jagai, all the devotees made a great sound, Jai, Jai, and Hari. When Lord Chaitanya said, you will have pure love and devotion for Lord Krishna, Jagai at once fell unconscious, overwhelmed with love. The Lord said, Jagai, rise, look at me. I truly give you the gift of pure love and devotion for Lord Krishna. Then Lord Jagai saw Lord Chaitanya manifest a four-armed form holding a conch, disc, club, and lotus. Seeing this form, Jagai fell unconscious. Then Lord Chaitanya placed his foot on Jagai's chest. Jagai grasped the great treasure that is the Lord's feet, a treasure that is the very life of Goddess Lakshmi, a treasure that is like a priceless jewel. Grasping the Lord's feet, saintly Jagai wept. In this way, Lord Chaitanya enjoyed wonderful pastimes. One life lived in two bodies of Jagai and Madhai. The same piety and the same sin stayed in both. When the Lord gave mercy to Jagai, Madhai's heart at once became purified. Neglecting Lord Nityananda, Madhai hurriedly grasped Lord Chaitanya's feet and fell down like a stick before him. He said, Lord, Jagai and I both committed the same sins. Lord, why are you not merciful to us both? Please be merciful to me. I will chant your name. Only you and no one else can deliver me. Lord Chaitanya said, I will not protect you. You made blood fall from Nityananda's body. Madhai said, you cannot say this, Lord. How can you abandon your own religious principles? Why did you give your feet even to the demons who wounded you with arrows? Lord Chaitanya said, you made blood flow from Nityananda's body, therefore your offense is greater than theirs. Nityananda's body is more dear to me than my own. What I tell you is very true. Then Madhai said, Lord, if you are telling me the truth, then please tell me, how may I be saved? You're the crest jewel of physicians. You destroy all diseases. Please cure my disease so I may become well. Lord, please don't trick me. You're the master of the universe. It is known. From whom can hide it? From whom can you hide it? Lord Chaitanya said, you've committed a great offense. You must fall down before Nityananda and grasp his feet. Following Lord Chaitanya's order, Madhai held the priceless treasure that is Lord Nityananda's feet. Anyone who holds Lord Nityananda's feet will never perish. Revati knows this truth about his feet. And Lord Chaitanya said, listen, Nityananda, he has fallen at your feet. You must be merciful to him. He made blood flow from your body. Therefore, you're the only one that can forgive him. He has fallen down before you. Lord Nityananda said, Lord, what can I say? It is you who should be merciful to them. It is you who have the power. Please hear my decision. Whatever pious deeds I've performed for my past births, I give them all to Madhai. Whatever offenses were committed against me, I do not accept them. Lord, please do not trick him. Give your mercy to Madhai. Lord Chaitanya said, If you forgive all his offenses, you should embrace Madhya. Then your forgiveness will bear fruit. Accepting Lord Chaitanya's order, Nityananda tightly embraced Madhya. In this way, Madhya became free of all material bondage. By Lord Nityananda's touch, Madhya attained all spiritual potency. In this way, the two sinners were delivered. They both offered prayers to the feet of the two lords. Lord Chaitanya said, "Don't sin again." Jaga and Madhya said, "Father, we will not sin again." Lord Chaitanya said, Listen, you two. In truth, I have delivered you. If you sin no more, then I accept all your sins from millions of past births. In your mouth I will place the remnants of food eaten by me. In this way I will enter your bodies. Hearing the Lord's words, Jaga and Madhya fell unconscious, overcome with bliss. Jaga and Madhya fainted. They plunged into an ocean of bliss. Aware of their condition, Lord Chaitanya ordered, "Take these two men to my house. I will perform kirtan with them." What the demigod Brahma cannot attain, today I will give to them. I will make them the best devotees in the world. They who would bathe in the Ganga, if they touch these two men, will now say these two men are like the Ganga herself. Nityananda's promise will never fail. Please know for certain that all this happened because of Nityananda's desire. Then all the Vaishnavas took Jaga and Madhya to the Lord's home. Accompanied by the Lord, the devotees entered. Then the doors closed and no one else could enter. Lord Chaitanya sat down. Nityananda and Gadadhar were splendid at his two sides. Exalted Advaita sat facing Lord Chaitanya, and the Vaishnavas sat around them in the four directions. Pundarit Vijayanini, Haridas Thakur, Garuda Pandit, Ramai, Srivas, Gangadas, Vakeshwara Pandit, Chandrasekhar Acharya, all knew the truth of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Jaga and Madhya shed tears. The hairs of their bodies stood erect. Their every limb trembled. They rolled about on the ground. Who can understand Lord Chaitanya's plan? He transformed these two thieves into great devotees of the Lord. He made the greatest materialists into austere sannyasis. In this way, Lord Chaitanya's pastimes are full of nectar. Anyone who has faith in these pastimes attains Lord Krishna. Anyone who doubts them will fall down. Then Jaga and Madhya offered prayers as Lord Chaitanya and all the devotees listened. By Lord Chaitanya's order, saintly goddess Saraswati sat on their tongues. Seeing Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda sitting together, Jaga and Madhya understood their true identities. Then they offered prayers to the two lords. Anyone who hears their prayers will attain pure devotion to Lord Krishna. They prayed, "Glory, glory to Mahaprabhu, glory to Vishvambar, glory, glory to Nityananda, the resting place of Lord Vishvambar. Glory, glory to the Lord, the great teacher, who enjoys pastimes of chanting his own holy names. Glory to Lord Nityananda, who fulfills Lord Chaitanya's order. Glory, glory to the son of Jagannath Mishra. Glory, glory to Nityananda, who takes shelter of Lord Chaitanya. Glory, glory to Sachi's son, who is an ocean of mercy. Glory to Nityananda, the dear friend of Lord Chaitanya. Glory to he who is the life's lord of a regal pandit's daughter. Glory to Nityananda, whose transcendental body is made of mercy. O Lord, glory to you. Please engage me in your devotional service. Glory to Nityananda, the king of the Vaishnavas. Glory to the Lord who holds a conch, dish, club, and lotus. Glory to the Avaduta, who is the form of the Supreme Lord. Glory, glory to Lord Chaitanya, who is the life of Advaita Acharya. Glory, glory to Lord Nityananda. Glory, glory to Lord Nityananda, who is thousand-faced Anantashesh. Glory to the Lord who is the life of Gadadhar and the master of Murari Gupta, to the Lord who is the delight of Haridas and Vasudev Dutt. Many times you descended to this world and delivered the sinners. The whole world sings the glories of your wonderful activities. When you saw us two sinners, you delivered us. That was a small glory in comparison to your previous glories. When you delivered Ajamil, that was a great glory. When you delivered us, that was only a small glory. We say the truth. We're not just flattering you. It is right that Ajamil attained liberation. A sinner who kills millions of Brahmins but then chants your name at once attained liberation. The Vedas affirm that this is true. Ajamil chanted your holy name. Therefore, it's not surprising that he attained liberation. You descend to this world to establish the truth of the Vedas. If you do not deliver the sinners, the Vedas would be proved false. We attacked the body of your beloved Nityananda. Still, you delivered us. Lord, please consider this. Please look into our hearts. Please count us among your many millions of devotees. Hearing the word Narayan come from his mouth, 4 Vishnudutas at once came before Ajamil. Ajamil directly saw them. When we saw you, we made blood flow from your body. Lord, then you openly manifested your expansions, weapons, and personal associates, which before you had kept hidden. You revealed all your glory. Now the truth about you is openly revealed. Now Anantasesha openly sings your glories. Your transcendental qualities, which had been kept secret, are now openly revealed. Now your name, the deliverer of the fallen, is openly revealed. If you say, Kamsa and many other demons tried to kill me, but still they attained liberation, then we say, Lord, please look at the desire within your heart. Whenever they saw you, the kings, following the Kshatriya Dham, fought with you, but in their huts they were always afraid of you. Because of the sin of attacking you, they and their dynasties all fell down, even though they saw you as they gave up their lives. What devotee is now eager to touch them? The devotees who would bathe in the Ganga if they touched us or touched our shadow now treat us with respect. O Lord, your glory is very great. Whom will you cheat? Everyone knows your glories now. The great devotee Gajendra offered prayers to you, took shelter of you, saw you, and attained liberation. Now no one was sinful like the demoness Putana. No one was sinful like Ajamil, Baka, and a host of other demons. Still, when they left their bodies, they went to the spiritual world. Without studying the Vedas, who has the power to see the truth of your activities? Now the whole world has seen how you delivered us to sinners. The sinners you delivered previously all had some kind of virtue. We two Brahmin demons had no qualities, no good qualities, but still you delivered us. You did this because you're all merciful. Speaking, Jagai and Madai wept. In this way, Lord Chaitanya worked a wonderful miracle. Seeing this wonder, the devotees offered dandavat obeisances, folded their hands, and spoke prayers. They said, O Lord, without your mercy, these two drunkards would not be able to offer such prayers. Who has the power to understand? Who has the power to understand your inconceivable power? In this way you give your mercy. Lord Chaitanya said, these two are no longer drunkards. From today on, they are my servants. All of you, please give your mercy to them, so that birth after birth they will never forget me. Please forgive any offenses they may have committed against you, and please be merciful to them. Hearing the Lord's words, Jagai and Madhi fell before all the devotees and grasped their feet. All the great devotees blessed them. In this way, Jagai and Madhi became free from their offenses. Lord Chaitanya said, Rise, rise, Jagai and Madhi. You're my servants. You have no worries. The prayers you spoke are all the absolute truth. No one can refute them. In these bodies you could never have attained what you attained. Know for certain that you attained it by Lord Nityananda's mercy. I will destroy all your sins. My brothers, this you will see with your own eyes. At once there were no longer any sins in the bodies. Then Lord Chaitanya's body suddenly became black. Lord Chaitanya said, Why does everyone stare at me? Advaita replied, You look like Lord Krishna, the moon of Gokula. Hearing Advaita's very intelligent words, Lord Chaitanya laughed. All the devotees made a great sound of Hari. Lord Chaitanya said, Look, the blackness comes from the sins of these two. Perform kirtan and these sins will go to the blasphemers. Hearing the Lord's words, everyone became joyful. They blissfully sang kirtan. The Lord danced with Lord Nityananda. Surrounding them, the devotees sang their glories. Advaita also danced. It was because of him that Lord Chaitanya descended to this world. Therefore, it was also because of him that Jagai and Madhi were delivered. Everyone sang in the kirtan and clapped their hands. Everyone joyfully danced. Overcome with bliss, no one was afraid of the Lord. How many thousands of times did they push him in the kirtan? Accompanied by her daughter-in-law, Mother Sachi gazed at all this. She floated in an ocean of bliss. Who, by seeing all this bliss, did not become lost in the joy of Krishna consciousness. As they danced, the two drunkards brushed against the limbs of the Supreme Lord, limbs even Goddess Lakshmi is afraid to touch. Lord Chaitanya delivered the two drunkards, but he also pushed the blasphemers of Vaishnavas into the burning hell called Kumbhipaka. Blasphemy does not help spiritual life, rather it builds Lord Chaitanya delivered the two drunkards, but he also pushed the blasphemers of Vaishnavas into the burning hell of Kumbhipaka. Blasphemy does not help spiritual life, rather it brings only sin. Therefore one should never blaspheme the fortunate devotees of the Lord. After transforming the two thieves into devotees, Lord Chaitanya, who is Lord Hari himself in the form of with fair limbs, danced with his associates. After dancing, Lord Chaitanya sat down. Then the circle of Vaishnavas around him in the four directions also sat down. 4 fingers of dust had come upon every body. Still, there was not a speck of dust on any limb. His body now fair as before, Lord Chaitanya laughed and said to everyone, Please don't think that these two are sinners. I've personally burnt away all their sins. Staying in their bodies, I act, speak, walk, and eat. When I leave, their bodies will fall away. The soul screams when even the slightest pain is present in the body. If I were not present, the body would not move. It would at once burn away. In spite of the fact that he always suffers, the soul becomes proud, declaring, I act, I speak. The soul runs to a terrible death. These two thought in this way. They thought, I'm the doer. Now I have ended all that. Please know that these two are now Vaishnavas. Please don't see them as different from you. Please hear my order. Anyone who respectfully offers food to these two persons lovingly places in Lord Krishna's mouth the sweetest nectar. Anyone who respectfully offers food to these two personally places in Lord Krishna's mouth the sweetest nectar in the countless universes. Anyone who gives them even a small quantity of food places nectar in Lord Krishna's mouth. However, anyone who mocks or offends them will be completely destroyed. Hearing the Lord's words, the Vaishnavas wept with love. They bowed down before Jagai and Madai. And the Lord said, O devotees, please listen. Let us walk to the Ganga. Accompanied by his associates, Lord Chaitanya, who is forest flower garlanded Lord Krishna himself, dived into the Ganga's water. In the bliss of kirtan, the devotees became like mischievous children at every moment. Even the elder, ordinarily grave devotees had become like children. This happened by the power of their devotional service. At the end of the kirtan, there was a great festival of bathing in the Ganga. Oh, Krishna. At the end of the kirtan, there was a great festival of bathing in the Ganga. Everyone was filled with bliss. The distinctions of master and servant had gone away. Lord Chaitanya splashed water on all the Vaishnavas' bodies. No one had the power to defeat him in splashing. Everyone fled. Whomever the Lord engaged in a water fight became, after a few moments of fighting, broken in defeat. One moment, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Advaita, and Lord Nityananda played in the water. Another moment, Haridas, Srivas, and Mukunda played. Sri Garbha, Sri Sadashiva, Murari, Sriman, Purushottama, Mukunda Sanjaya, Buddhimanta Khan, Vijayanidhi, Gangadas, Jagadish, Gopinath, Haridas, Garuda, Sri Ram, Govinda, Sridhar, Krishnananda, Kashishvar, Jaganananda, Govindananda. How many times do I know of the countless servants of Lord Chaitanya? How many names do I know? In the future, Veda Vyas will reveal their names in the Puranas. Everyone played in the water. Some were victorious and joyful. Others were defeated. Lord Chaitanya played in the water with Gadadhar, and Nityananda played with Advaita. Powerful Nityananda gleefully splashed water in Advaita's eyes. Advaita could not open his eyes. Angrily hurling abuse, he said, Nityananda, you drunkard, you've blinded my eyes. Why do I stay near a drunkard like you? Srivas Pandit found, you are wandering avadut. He gave you a place to stay, but even he doesn't know where you were born or what is your caste. Sachi's son acts like a thief. He always enjoys pastimes with you, a wild avaduta. Nityananda said, "You don't feel shame on your face. You lost. Why argue?" Then Lord Chaitanya said, "I don't think that once is enough. I only count a victory or a defeat when it is repeated 3 times. Advaita and Nityananda again playfully fought. They seemed like one body in 2 places. They fought in the water, but neither could win 3 times. Sometimes they won, sometimes they lost. Again, Nityananda ferociously splashed water in Advaita's eyes. Distraught, Advaita said, "Drunkard, you won't become a sannyas by killing a Brahmin. In the West, you went from house to house so you could eat. No one knows your family, birth, or caste. Who are your father and mother and guru? No one knows. You only eat, and everyone calls you Avaduta." On the pretext of speaking insults, Advaita spoke words that were actually prayers glorifying Lord Nityananda. Hearing these covered prayers, Lord Nityananda and the devotees laughed. "I will kill everyone, and I will not be wrong to do it." Speaking these words, Advaitacharya burned with anger. Anyone who does not understand the heart of these nectar quarrels thinks Nityananda and Advaita are different from each other and then praises one and criticizes the other burns in hell. Persons to whom Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda are merciful have all the power to understand the words of the Vaishnavas. After happily speaking in this way for some time, Nityananda and Advaita embraced. The 2 lords were intoxicated by drinking the nectar of love for Lord Chaitanya. Then Lord Nityananda floated and swam in the Ganga. Every evening, after kirtan, tasting the nectar of love for the Lord, the devotees played in this way in the water. Ordinary human beings have no power to see these pastimes of the Lord. Hiding, the demigods watch these pastimes. After bathing in the Ganga, Lord Chaitanya and his associates came to the land and called out, "Hari, Hari." After giving everyone prasadam, garlands, and sandal paste, Lord Chaitanya gave everyone permission to return to their homes and take their meals. Then Lord Chaitanya presented Jaga and Madai before everyone. He took the garlands from his own neck and gave them to the 2 of them. These pastimes never end. The Vedas say only that sometimes the people of this world can see them, and other times they cannot. Returning home, Lord Chaitanya washed his feet. Then he bowed down before Tulsi's feet. Then Lord Chaitanya sat down to take his meal. Mother Sachi placed before him the prasadam offered to the Lord. Then, after offering prayers to all the devotees, he who is the master of the countless universes took his meal. He very happily accepted Mahaprasad, and then he washed his mouth and sat down by the entrance. Filling her eyes, Mother Sachi gazed at her son and daughter-in-law. Then her body became plunged in an ocean of bliss. Who has the power to describe the great height of Mother Sachi's good fortune? Only if one hears Lord Anantasesh glorify it with his 1,000 mouths will one have the power to describe it. If one simply speaks the material world, i.e., mother, by the power of that word, i.e., he will no longer feel material suffering. Gazing at her son's face, Mother Sachi, the mother of all the worlds, was not aware of even her own body. When he went to take rest, Lord Chaitanya gave the hiding demigods permission to depart. Brahma, Shiva, and other demigods came there and served Lord Chaitanya. Without Lord Chaitanya's order, no one has the power to see them. Only the Lord's mercy can speak about this. Only by the Lord's mercy can one speak about this. One day, Lord Chaitanya sat down, and one of these demigods approached him. The Lord said to him, "Stay where you are." Brahma, Shiva, and other demigods rolled about on the ground in Lord Chaitanya's courtyard. No one can write how many demigods came. Lord Chaitanya said to the devotees, "Do you not see all these visitors?" Folding their hands, the devotees said, "Lord, the 3 worlds serve you. Lord, if you do not give up the power, what power have we to see?" Anyone who hears of these wonderful secret pastimes of Lord Chaitanya attains all perfections. Please do not heave even the slightest doubt in your heart Brahma and Shiva regularly visited Lord Chaitanya. In this way, Lord Chaitanya, who is the life of the universes, delivered Jaga and Madai. Lord Chaitanya delivered everyone except the sinners who blaspheme Vaishnavas. If he blasphemes a devotee, even a person equal to Lord Shiva will quickly perish. This is confirmed by the following words of Srimad Bhagavatam. If he blasphemes a devotee, even a person equal to Lord Shiva will quickly perish. This is confirmed by the following words of Srimad Bhagavatam. I have committed an offense. Because of this, even though I may be as strong as Lord Shiva, I shall be vanquished without delay due to my offense at the lotus feet of a Vaishnava. If he blasphemes a Vaishnava, even the most wise philosopher will fall down. This all the scriptures declare. Even if Lord Krishna's holy name, which is the great atonement for all sins, will not protect one from an offense to a Vaishnava. A person who follows these transcendental words of Padma Purana attains pure love for the Lord. Blasphemy of the great saintly persons who are engaged in preaching of the Hare Krishna mantra is the worst offense at the lotus feet of the holy name. The non-Prabhu, who is identical with Krishna, will never tolerate such blasphemous activities, even from one who passes as a great devotee. Lord Chaitanya will deliver everyone who hears this story of the two thieves' deliverance. Glory, glory to Lord Chaitanya, who delivered 2 Brahmin demons. Lord Chaitanya is supremely kind. He's an ocean of mercy. He is very kind. He is 1,000 oceans of mercy. He sees only the virtues of others. He does not see their faults. A person who shuns Lord Chaitanya lives in a sinful life. He may live for a long time, but his life is not worth anything. O Lord, please be merciful to me. Please grant that I may always chant and hear your glories. Lord Chaitanya is the master of my master. I pray that I may always be the servant of my 2 masters. I know that the narrations of Lord Chaitanya's glories have neither beginning nor end. As far as I know them, I describe Lord Chaitanya's glories. I bow down to offer respects to the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and his associates. I pray I will not commit any offense to them. The 2 moons, Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda, my life and soul, I, Vrndavana, sing the glories of their feet.